really never seriously in doubt?
Well, I think that one of the things we got to work on was a lot of our half-court defense. You know, we've been pressing all year, and the fact that we got to work on 20 minutes in the second half, just half-court defense, I think that helped us. And then, you know, just playing people and get to see what people can do in different situations. And, you know, obviously I think Dawn May is really starting to come on. You know, this is the time of year right before conference play where you expect freshmen, you know, to step up. And you know, Ty obviously was an exception, but Dawn is really starting to come into her own. And I think that she gives us a whole other dimension at the point position. And, you know, the other thing you take away from this is just, you know, we got to work on some things that we'd put in, but we hadn't really used in a game situation. So, you know, I think it was obviously a good effort on the defensive end.
With Dawn, was confidence ever an issue, or was it just getting comfortable out there with the college game?
No, a lot of people don't know this, but Dawn came here in June with 2 fractured tibias and had to have rods put in her both legs. And so, you know, obviously it took her a while to get back from that. And so she was a little bit behind schedule as far as, you know, rehab and getting herself in the flow and trusting her legs. I mean, anytime you have major surgery like that, you know, it takes a while to get your confidence back that your legs are going to be okay. And, you know, she led her team to a state championship, and we found out after the fact she played on 2 broken legs, 2 broken tibias. So, you know, the fact that she's, you know, had to trust that again, that she was okay, you know, and she's coming into her own. As you can see, she does a great job of creating shots for other people and really pushes the ball in transition.
Coach, talk about the idea of what they call a killer instinct. I mean, do great teams just get more fired up when they get a big lead, they push themselves even harder and see what they can do beyond what they're normally doing?
Well, that's what I talked to our team about, you know, is when you go from being a good team to a great team, you show up and you play the same way no matter who you're playing. Those are the great teams, and that's one of the things in the past. I said we've raised the bar here. We're not going to show up and play at the level of our opponent. We're going to play at our level every night, regardless of who we're playing. And you know, we played so many good teams, great teams, you know, early in the schedule that it's obviously made us a better team, and we're a lot tougher. And we understand, you know, that we do have more of a intensity level that we haven't had in the past at this time of the year.
When you look at the box score, Danny's stats don't stand out, but she does a lot of good things out there, passing the ball to the low post from the high post, keeping the ball alive when she can't, you know, pull down the rebound herself. Comment on that?
Right. You know, one of the things, Danny's just in her 5th game, she's played her 5th game. And so, you know, it's taken a while to get her comfort level on the offensive end. But she did a lot of things tonight on the you know, getting to the boards and getting some defensive rebounds. And, you know, like I said, defense, transition, you know, her presses, she's really active. It's just going to take her some time to get comfortable. But I really think that, she's going to start, you know, coming into her own over the next couple of weeks.
Chelsea Riggins tonight, she had a career high. She was really just navigating close quarters very well into the basket, really finding her position, really making herself felt down there.
Well, I think Chelsea is a double-point scorer for us. I mean, she can score in double figures every night because of her intensity level. And that's one of the things we've challenged her to do is step up and, you know, really give us a boost off the bench and come in and really help our inside game. In the last 2 games, she's really, I felt like set the intensity level for how we're going to play. I mean, she came off the bench the other night and really lifted us, and, you know, tonight I felt like she did the same thing. So I've been really impressed with her. I just hope she can maintain this, and this is a boost into ACC play.
Deja didn't play tonight. Was this just a case of you wanted to give her a rest?
Right. You know, we start ACC play next Thursday, so this was an opportunity for us to give her a day off. You know, a couple days off in a row. She'll be off tomorrow as well, and just get her knee rested and ready to go for ACC play.
Finally, Frida, I guess it was mentioned earlier in the year that she needed to play maybe better defense to get more minutes. Are you starting to see her do that now?
Yeah, I think she's starting to understand our defensive system and our, you know, the level of intensity you have to play with on the defensive end. You know, that's one of the things that international players struggle with is defense, because it's just at a whole other level. There's not a lot of pressing and trapping going on over there. And so this is all new defensive system to her. But I really feel like she's starting to understand what we want her to do. And obviously she's a threat with her three-point shooting. I mean, a couple of those threes tonight were NBA range. So, you know, obviously we really need another three-point shooter. So she's somebody that we're really, you know, hoping, again, she's a freshman and we're starting ACC play. We're hoping she's ready to step in.
Coach, did you say a few words about Tennessee State? I mean, they played hard all game, even as down as much as they were. They just never gave up.
You know, I thought their defensive effort was really good. I mean, they really played hard, like you said. They denied our shooters. They did everything they possibly could do on the defensive end. You know, it's tough. Those games like that are really tough to coach, and they're tough to play. You know, and you know, I really appreciated their effort for 40 minutes.
Coach, the 3 points tied an NCAA record for fewest points allowed in a half, and the 11 were an NCAA record for the game. Can you just comment on both of those and what it took to set that?
Well, you know, that's exciting to me only in the fact that when I started this program, we said we're building this program on defense and rebounding. And the fact that we can, you know, tie or set an NCAA record for defense, I would much rather do that than for offense, because that's one of the things that we've talked about this program. And we knew, you know, your offense comes and goes, but your defense is something that will carry you. And so that's exciting for us because we want to be known as a defensive program.
Going into, you know, with the ACC play right around the corner, do you have a pretty good idea now of your rotation going into the ACC play?
Yeah, I do. I mean, I think a couple weeks ago I would have told you I'm still, you know, trying to figure it out because Danny had just gotten back, and you know, with Deja's injury, we're not sure. You know, Deja's always played on the perimeter. I've been playing her inside up to this point. But the fact that we can have her back on the perimeter and have some more depth inside with Danny, and then Dawn May, you know, adding her and Frida's three-point shooting, I feel like we're starting to get to a place where we can really have some success and have some depth. You know, because that's, like I told them, there's so many good teams in the ACC this year. It's going to come down to what your 8, 9, 10, 11 players are able to bring to the table night in and night out.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.